Yo, what's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're hitting on something that's going to resonate hard. Knowing when something isn't your responsibility. If you're a dude in your late 20s or 30s, you've probably felt the pressure to fix everyone else's problems. Your buddy's job stress, your girlfriend's family drama, your coworker's screw-ups. But taking on other people's burdens can leave you drained, stressed, and way off track from your goals. We're diving into 7 clear ways to spot when it's not your job to step in, backed by some solid psychology and research. This one's a game changer, so stick with me. So, before we jump in, let's talk about why this hits so hard for guys like us. Research shows that men can get burned out because we tie our sense of being a good man to solving other people's problems. A 2018 study in the International Journal of Men's Health found that guys who buy into traditional masculine norms, like being the provider or the fixer, report higher stress when they feel like they're failing at those roles. A 2020 study in Frontiers in Psychology backed this up, saying men often feel they've got to be the strong one taking on everyone's issues to prove their worth. But here's the big one. That pressure can lead to emotional exhaustion and burnout, especially when we're afraid to ask for help because it feels unmanly. A 2022 article by Burnout researcher Jonathan Malesic in the New York Times put it perfectly. Men can burn out trying to be the hero who fixes everything only to end up depleted. So yeah, this idea of over-responsibility is real, and it's why knowing your boundaries is so crucial. This whole concept comes from Adlerian psychology, by a guy named Alfred Adler, who said we all have 3 main life tasks: work, your career or purpose; love, your romantic relationships; and community, your friendships, family, and place in the world. These are your tasks, and everyone else has their own. The problem: too many of us get sucked into taking on other people's tasks, and it's a trap. Studies like one from 2018 in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology showed that over-helping others can tank your life satisfaction and leave you emotionally fried. So let's break down 7 practical ways to know when it's not your responsibility, with research to keep it legit. First up, ask who's really affected by this. If the outcome of a situation hits someone else's life harder, like their job, their relationships, their reputation, it's their responsibility, not yours. Like if your best friend's stressing about getting passed over for a promotion, you can, hype them up, maybe share some career tips, give them some advice, but it's not your job to rewrite his LinkedIn or prep him for his interview. That's his work task. A 2020 study in Frontiers in Psychology found that taking on others' responsibilities increases stress and reduces your sense of control. When you focus on your outcomes, you're more likely to stay grounded and avoid burnout. Pro tip: pause and think. Is this my problem to solve? If it's not, then let them handle it. You're not their boss. Number 2, are you supporting or taking over? Supporting, taking over. There's a big difference. Supporting means being a wingman, listening, giving advice, cheering them on. Taking over means you're doing the heavy lifting. So, picture your girlfriend venting about a fight that she had with her sister. You can listen, you can suggest she talk it out, but it's not your job to call her sister or play therapist. That's her love or community task. A 2019 study in the Journal of Social Psychology showed that taking over others' responsibilities can weaken their problem-solving skills and create dependency. You're not helping, you're actually holding them back. Pro tip: practice saying, "I know you've got this and I'm here if you need to talk." It's supportive without owning their problem. Number 3, are you enabling someone to dodge their responsibilities? We all know that one friend who's always in a crisis. Money, relationships, you name it. If you're constantly bailing them out, then you're not being a hero, you're enabling. Like, if your roommate's always short on the rent and you keep covering him, you're taking on his work task. He's not learning to budget and you're getting stuck playing ATM. A 2021 study in personality and individual differences found that enabling behaviors, like solving others' problems for them, reduce their self-efficacy and keep them stuck. So you're not doing them any favors. Pro tip: point them to resources. Say, yo, maybe check out a budgeting app or talk to a financial advisor. Let them step up. Number 4, check your emotions. If you're feeling resentment, exhaustion, or like you have to help, that's a huge sign that you're carrying their load. I had a coworker who'd vent to me all the time, every day about, bad choices at work, missed deadlines, the beef with the boss. And I'd spend my breaks giving this guy advice. But I started feeling drained, like I was, his unpaid life coach. And that was his work and community tasks, not mine. A 2017 study in psychological reports found that emotional exhaustion from overhelping others is linked to higher stress and lower well-being, especially for men who feel obligated to save people. So your emotions are telling you something, you should listen to them. Pro tip: if you're feeling negative vibes, step back. Ask, why am I doing this? If it's guilt or pressure, it's a sign that it's not your responsibility. Number 5, does this feel equal? Adler was big on mutual respect in relationships. If you're always the one fixing things, your buddy's drama, your family's chaos, then it's not a partnership, it's you playing Superman all the time. Like, if you're always planning poker nights or group trips because your friends never step up, you're taking on their community task. It's not your job to keep the squad together all by yourself. A 2022 study in Journal of Social and Personal Relationships showed that imbalanced relationships, where one person takes on more emotional or practical labor, lead to resentment and lower satisfaction. Equality is what keeps things real. Pro tip: call it out. Say, hey, I've been organizing a lot, can someone else take the lead? Push for balance and don't feel bad about it. Number 6, is this pulling you away from your life tasks? If you're so busy fixing other people's problems that your career, your relationship, or your friendships are taking a hit, then you've stepped out of bounds. I went through a phase where I was so focused on helping a friend figure out his own career stuff, researching, editing his resume, that I was neglecting my own stuff. So my work task suffered because I was helping him with his. A 2019 study in stress and health found that over-involvement in others' responsibilities can lead to role overload, where you're spread too thin and your own goals are taking a hit. So protect your own tasks. They're your foundation. Pro tip: write down your own work, love, and community priorities. If someone else's issue is eating into that, then you need to set a boundary. Say, I've got my own stuff to focus on, but I'm rooting for you. All right, last one. Number 7. Is this a request or an expectation? If someone's just assuming that you're going to handle their mess without even asking, it's not your responsibility. Like, if your parents expect you to mediate every family argument just because you're the calm one, that's their community task, not yours. You're not the family peacemaker by default. A 2020 study in Journal of Family Psychology found that unspoken expectations in relationships, like assuming someone will fix your problems, can lead to conflict and lower trust. Clear communication is the key. Pro tip: shut it down politely. I'm not the best person to handle this, but I know you're going to figure it out. It's clear, it's kind, and it sets the tone. All right, so let's recap. Knowing when it's not your responsibility comes down to these 7 checkpoints. Who owns the outcome? Are you supporting or taking over? Are you enabling? How do you feel? Is it equal? Does it mess with your own tasks? Is it a request or an expectation? Run through those, and if it's pointing to not your job, step back. The research is clear. Over-helping others can burn you out, stress you out, and even hold them back from growing. And for us guys, that pressure to be the good man who fixes everything, I understand it's real, but it's not your whole identity. Look, as men, we're often taught to be the fixer, the provider, the guy who's got it all together. But taking on everyone else's life tasks doesn't make you strong. It can wear you down and stop others from stepping up. Focus on your work, your love, your community. Support the people you care about, but don't carry their weight. That's how you build a life with purpose, respect, and balance. So, what's one time you got stuck taking on someone else's responsibility? I'm interested in hearing these. Maybe it was because you felt like you had to be the good guy. So drop it in the comments, always reading. If this hit home, smash that like button, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss the next video. We're all about leveling up and living smarter. Catch you in the next one.